and welcome to our lesson on linking other applications to presentations. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create some links within our PowerPoint presentation, as well as some links to other applications like our picture applications or picture viewer, or perhaps Word or Excel. So the first thing we're going to look at is something called action buttons. Now these are becoming a little bit redundant at the moment. As the newer software is coming in, they're already adding these action buttons when you run your PowerPoint presentation. But for the time being, you can still add your own. So I'm just going to go to the last slide of this particular presentation, and then you're going to select the Insert tab. You're going to go to Shapes, and it's hidden away right at the bottom of Shapes. Here it says Action Buttons. Right, so you've got back or previous, forward or next, to the beginning, to the end, home, etc. You can have links to your little movies or to sound clips. Okay, I'm just going to use this button that says back to beginning because I'm on the last slide now. And you're going to draw it in just like any other shape. Right, and this button will then automatically, the wizard will open, the action settings wizard, and it will say hyperlink to first slide. It's already built in for you. You don't need to think about what you're going to do with this thing, and you can just say OK. So if you were to run your presentation now, and if you were to click on that particular shape, it will take you back to the very first slide in your PowerPoint presentation. So that's an action button. And I know that the seniors, if you're doing your pet projects, marks are allocated for you adding your own action buttons. So don't assume that, well, when I run my PowerPoint presentation, they're already there. Sometimes there's an overlay. You still add your own action buttons because you're going to get extra marks for that. Right, the other thing that we're going to do now, we're going to create more hyperlinks within our presentation. So I'm going to go to slide 3, and here I've got the two sections of our recipe. There's the syrup section, and then there's the ice cream section. So I want to hyperlink each one to its own section. So I'm going to highlight syrup, and then I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to select Hyperlink. Now be careful here when you read this dialog box. Always read from the left-hand side. So link to existing file or web page, place in this document. That's what we're going to do now. So select place in this document, and I'm going to link it to the 4th slide because that's where they're going to tell you how to prepare the syrup, and I'm going to select OK. Right, and that will change my text to a hyperlink, and I'm going to do the same with ice cream quickly. And this one I'm going to link to the last slide because that's where they tell us how to prepare the ice cream, and select OK. Right, so if I were to run this presentation now, let's just quickly go through it. Here's my picture. Okay, if I come to this point and I want to skip ahead to the ice cream, I want to skip the syrup first, then I can. If I move my cursor over ice cream, you'll see it's a little hand now because it's a hyperlink. And if I click on that, it will jump to the last slide. Let's quickly have a look at the action button. Once again, there's the little hand. And if I click on that, it's going to take me back to slide 1. Right, you can also link to other documents like I've just mentioned. So you could go and you could say, right, this particular picture, I want to hyperlink the entire picture. So click on the picture, select hyperlink, and then you can hyperlink this to another PowerPoint presentation or to a Word document, perhaps on the benefits of green tea, or why ice cream is good for you. Okay, so you can link it to another document, or you could even link it to an email address or to a web address as well. Okay, so if you've got the web address, you can go type it in here at the bottom where it says web address. So for now, let's just quickly link it to Google and just say OK. And during your presentation, if you were to click on your picture, just wait for the animation to finish, you'll see that a little tip will appear that says google.co.za, and if I were to click on it, it will open up your browser and go directly to your search engine. Okay, so you can actually make your PowerPoint presentations much more interesting than they used to be in the past. You can have all these links. Just be careful though, if you're going to link to the internet, make sure that you have an internet connection. You don't want to stand in front of an audience and now you've inserted a link to a clip that you want to play, and now your internet isn't working. So it's always best to actually try and download what you want to show your audience and to embed that into your PowerPoint presentations. But okay, you can also do the links. Right, and that concludes our lesson on linking other applications to presentations.